chip draw started, but first question, any call-outs? Eighth pair, teammates, man, another teammate, team-on-team crime there.
I think they're both.
Yeah, no, they're both.
All right, so action is heating up once again. Street Outlaws fans, NPK, getting down to the end of it. Oddly enough, there is a point scramble. Imagine that. Just a quick note, the Grade 8 is actually the individual championship this year, and the Invitational is team, right? So everybody's kind of rolling for points. Kye Kelley is leading both of those, but not by a lot. Almost every single driver in the Grade 8 can overtake Kye. So there, I think like Giuseppe Gentile, he's been eliminated, and I don't think Ryan Martin can make it. So he's also kind of eliminated mathematically. Could play a spoiler, could help some people out. Murder Nova making moves, right? Picks up Scott Taylor. $7,500. Brad and Doc, and a Burrow-Max Scooter, so he traded Scooter for Scooter, picks up Scott Taylor and Brandon James, certainly likely to help him close that gap on the team race. So pretty interesting. I think next year we'll probably see some trading rules, right? Just like they have in the NFL and NBA and Major League Baseball. There's got to be some sort of semblance so that these bottom teams like Murillo's aren't just fire sailing and collecting cash. I'm sure they will try to figure that back out. But, both the cash and prizes, I think, went a long way to putting Scott Taylor, right, a.k.a. Scooter, Scott Taylor Motorsports, in with Sean Ellington, Murder Nova. I don't want to say they've had the best or the worst past, but it certainly hasn't been all smiles and giggles. They've had quite a few, run-ins over red lights and who crossed and who did dirty to, the other person. So there's been a pretty long history there. But again, the money and the prestige of winning this event has certainly overcame, any of those types of things. And on the front end, like Scott Taylor is hoping that this move helps him turn his program around, right? He needs a fresh look at things this late in the season. Hasn't done really well. He's not been typical Scott Taylor, that's for sure. We also just saw Damon win his second invitational, right? So Nate Saylor and Damon doing extremely well, brand new on the scene in comparison to some of the other folks. They've obviously been doing this a long time and are very successful at it. Damon, who knew? I knew. If you asked him, he definitely knew he was going to do this. But I think a lot of people kind of counted him out early based on some of his early performances on the street. But this is NPK, so it's kind of that gray area in between track and street, if you ask me. But he's certainly doing well there. So glad to see him, turning it on, getting back into it. So he was winning early, then faded, then came back, and now he's fully back. Waiting for Murder Nova to win an invitational. That I'd like to see that. I don't think it's going to happen this year. Maybe next year. But fierce competitors, working their stuff out. Speaking of fierce, I don't know if anybody saw Lizzie Musey's purplish neon lights under her car this past weekend. Very flashy, right? Nothing says competition like purple and pink neon lights. But hey, style points, right? They don't count for much as far as a trophy is concerned, but certainly the fans love and appreciate the little extra effort. And let's see how the end of this season runs, right? So now we're looking at double and triple points. A bunch of different drivers have changed location, and we're hoping the best. We're hoping this comes down to the last race as it has a couple of times years ago. That's always the coolest thing, although, yeah, quite frankly, who knows? Kye Kelley, if he goes to a couple more finals and wins them, he can basically run away with it. I think if he wins the next invitational, he'll have pretty much a lock unless he goes out first round in the last one. But we don't see that happening. So we are looking forward to another, Street Outlaws versus the World. I was kind of pleasantly surprised on the show. I was initially not into it, but I think I'm going to continue watching it just because I thought it was super neat, even though it was kind of a bloodbath on week one. So that was good to see. Nobody likes to travel, 20 hours and wait a week for their car and lose. So feeling bad for Justin Stronstrom there. He's had a lot of trouble on NPK this year. Prenup is in life support mode, so he put some money in there. It's just not fast enough. He reminds me of Murden over a couple of years ago with the OG car. You're putting everything you have into that car and it's just not cutting it, so you have to make major changes. So hopefully he'll do that. And that is a lot. We covered a lot here. Make sure you're commenting below, sharing the video, follow me if you want. Love doing these videos. I love when people watch them and interact with them. That makes it worth it. So I am going to get myself a snack and get my drink and get ready for some Street Outlaws tonight. Talk to you soon.